hello, annyeong, konnichiwa. I am teacher Sammy. You're bright like a sun, shines like a star, English teacher. Come with me as we tackle different lessons in English language. Join me for this journey. Let us learn.
Hi everyone! Welcome to English 101 with teacher Jerlene Bernardo, and I'm here to help you learn and explore the world of English. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to keep updated with all the latest lessons. See you soon!
Hello, my fellow students. Welcome to our educational vlog. I am teacher Maria Venezel Bilan, but you may call me Ma'am Venezel. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell for you to be keep updated on our next educational vlog. Thank you, students!
Mabuhay everyone! On your screen, an alpha woman who named Jamie Caladok, who likes to play volleyball, ukulele, and who is a very focused woman when it comes to her body and her career. Hello again, I'm your teacher for today. My name is Jamie Caladok. Let's have a fun discussion. Before that, please like and subscribe to my channel. Tara! Let's seek a guidance to our Lord. Anyone can lead the prayer? Okay, May, can you lead the prayer first? Thank you. Good day, everyone. How is everyone for today? Is everything good or sad at the moment? Would you please refer to the chart that presented at your end so I am able to recognize or determine your feelings for today? Oh, that's good. Majority of the students is feeling yellow. That means our dear student is feeling happy, calm, and excited for the day. However, some of the students is feeling blue. It means that they are sad, feeling tired, and stressed. So this is my message for you students. Okay? Just do all the things you can do all at once, okay? Before we start our lesson for today or our class for today, I have a few reminders for you, okay? So number one, have a good quiet place so you can listen to our lesson for today. And number two, take down notes of what we will tackle for today. And number three, try and practice our activities that we made for you, okay? And lastly, number four, don't forget to enjoy our lesson for today. Is it clear, guys? Thank you, my dear students, for responding.
Before we formally start our discussion, let's have a quick activity for us to know if you have a background knowledge about our lesson for this day. Are you ready, class? Great! For the directions, choose the best answer inside the box. You'll be given 5 seconds to answer each item. Number 1. I am the time and the location in which the story takes place. What am I? Yes, very good. It is the setting. Number 2. I am the person or animal which takes part in the action of a story. What am I? Good job. It is the character. Number 3. I am made up of the events that happen in the story. What am I? You've got it right. The right answer is the plot. That is incredible. It seems like you are ready for our class today. Keep it up. Before we proceed to our discussion, I have prepared here some vocabulary words. These words that you will encounter during our lesson might confuse you, so I provide its meanings. Are you ready? Flat. A flat is similar to an apartment. It is a housing unit that's self-contained, but it is part of a larger building with several units. Clerk. A clerk is the person employed to keep records, files, type, or perform other general office tasks. Luxurious. Luxurious is something expensive and very comfortable. Fancy. Fancy means that it is special, unusual, or elaborate. Extravagant. Extravagant means lacking restraint in spending money or using resources. Rifle. A kind of gun. These are the words that might confuse you. Now that you know their meaning, are we now clear?
Before we go to our topic for today, we will play a short game. Did you know the game Guess the Gibberish? Okay, here is the instruction. I will show you some pictures and you will constantly read it until you guess it right. Are we clear, my dear students? Okay, so let's go with the picture number 1. Type your answers. Okay, correct. It is characters. Okay, let's go to picture number 2. Type your answers. Okay, it is settings. Okay, picture number 3. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of correct answers. Right, it is plot. Okay, let's go to the picture number 4. Okay. Right, it is conflict. Okay, you're very good at this. Okay, let's go to the picture number 5. You got it right. It is theme. Okay, let's go to picture number 6. Right, it is point of view. Did you enjoy class? I am glad that you enjoyed it. Please remember these words that I show you because we will encounter this during our discussion.
Now class, for today's lesson, we will tackle the elements of the story. The first one of the elements of the story is the character. Character is the person, animals, and things participating in a story. Which means characters are the persons represented in a dramatic or narrative work who are interpreted by the reader as possessing particular moral, intellectual, and emotional qualities by inferences from what the persons say and their distinctive ways of saying it, the dialogue, and from what they do, the action. Also, there are 2 types of characters. It is the protagonist and the antagonist. Protagonist is the main character in the story, usually the good guy. Antagonist, the character who works against the protagonist in the story. The protagonist is the main character of the story, the one with whom the reader identifies. This person is not necessarily good, while the antagonist is the force in opposition of the protagonist. This person may not be bad or evil, but she opposes the protagonist in a significant way. Are we clear, class? Okay, thank you. The second element is the setting. Setting is the time and place in which the story is set. Time and place are where the action occurs. It can be a year or anywhere. It can describe also as furniture, scenery, customs, transportation, clothing, dialects, weather, time of the day, or time of the year. Is that clear, class? Now we have the conflict. Conflict in the story is the problems that the character encounters in the story. It can be the struggle between 2 people or things in the story. There are 2 conflicts that we could consider. First is the external, wherein it is a conflict with others and with nature. Second is the internal, wherein it is a conflict within themselves. Example of struggles that our main character may encounter would be against another important character, could be a dispute, argument with other characters. Against forces of nature, problems such as natural disasters, against society, and against something inside himself or herself, such as feelings, emotions, and illness. Next, we have the plot of the story. Now, the plot is a pattern of events that develop from the interactions between characters. These are a series of events and the actions of the characters which relates to the central conflict. And we have 5 elements of the plot. First is exposition. It is the start of the introduction of the story, wherein the readers gain the background information in order to understand the story. Characters and the story setting is introduced. Second one is rising action. It is the event leading to the climax of the story, wherein readers are introduced to the conflict. Third is climax, the most exciting part of the story. It is the turning point of the story going towards the conclusion. Fourth is the falling action. It is the reaction to the climax. It is seated between the climax and conclusion of the story. And lastly, conclusion. This is where loose ends are tied up and the conflict is resolved. Conclusion can be often called as the resolution or denouement. If there are no clear resolution, it can be a cliffhanger ending. Is everything clear, class?
Now, let us have the resolution in the elements of the story. But before that, do you have any idea of what is the resolution in the elements of the story is? Very good! You are right! Resolution is the end of the story. It occurs after the climax. It is when you learn what happens to the characters after the conflict is resolved. Are we now clear about the resolution of the story, class? Alright, let's now have the point of view in the elements of the story. Again, do you have any guess what point of view is? Good answer! Thank you! Point of view of story determines who is telling the story and the narrator's relationship to the characters in the story. Lastly, we have the theme of the story. Do you have any guess what is the theme of the story is? That's right! Thank you! The theme of the story is the main idea or the underlying meaning a writer explores in a novel, short story, or other literary pieces. In addition, the theme of the story can be conveyed through characters, setting, dialogue, plot, or a combination of all of these elements. Is that clear, class? Now, you all know the elements of the story. It will be easy for you to determine these elements in a story.
Hello class, I am one of your teacher for today. I am Mom Venus. Now that you have learned the different elements of a short story, are you ready to listen to the short story entitled The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant? Great! If that's so, is there anyone in the class who wants to read the short story? Yes, you may proceed. Alright, thank you. So class, let me ask you a question. Do you understand the short story? If that's so, do you like it? Thank you, class.
After listening to the story of the necklace, let us now apply what we have learned from the short story or the elements of the short story, okay? Are you ready to fill your minds with knowledge? Let's see what you have learned from today. Number 1. Who are the characters of the story? Can you write it down first and we'll see if your answers are correct. Are you done? Let's see if your answers are correct. Okay class, the first character for today is Mathilde Loisel. Mathilde Loisel, she is the wife of Monsieur Loisel who dreamed to be rich, and she is self-conscious about her life being in a middle-class status. The second character is Monsieur Loisel. He is the husband of Mathilde Loisel and he worked as a clerk for the Minister of Education. The character is Jean Forrester. She is Mathilde Loisel's wealthy friend and she is the one who owns the barrel necklace that Mathilde wore at the party. Are your answers correct? That's great! play.
What is the setting of the story? Are you done? The setting of the story The Necklace is 19th century Paris, France. The necklace takes place in Paris, France at a close of the 19th century. Is your answer correct? Very good.
What is the internal and external conflict of the story? Are you done? Okay. The internal conflict of the story is man versus himself. As we have seen in the story, the main character is not contented with their simple life and thinks she deserves a prosperous life. The external conflict of the story is man versus society. Because Matilde is anxious about the expectation of society on how other people would think about her. She envies her wealthy friend and also wants to fit into social norms. Are your answers correct? Very good. It's good to hear that you understand the difference between internal and external conflict.
Fourth question. What is the theme of the short story? Are you done, class? If that's so, the answer is the main theme of the short story entitled The Necklace is greed. Matilda Loisel's overwhelming passion to live a life of luxury blinds her into conveniences she already maintains, and eventually lead her losing what wealth and position she originally has in life. So the short story of The Necklace teaches us a big lesson about how greed can lead us into bad things. Is your answer is correct, class? If that's so, excellent.
What is the point of view of the story? Okay, are you done? The answer is third person's perspective because the story is being narrated only. Wherein we can only see the thoughts of our character Mathilde Loisel and Monsieur Loisel. Is your answers correct? Good job! Now that we have discussed the other elements of the necklace, I am certain that we are all ready to identify the plot of the featured story. Are you ready, class? What are the 5 parts of the plot again? Okay. Very good. The 5 parts of the plot are exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. Now, what do you think is the exposition of the story? Very good. In a flat in France lives a woman who aspires to achieve a higher level in society. Her name is Mathilde with her loving husband. Their life as a couple is neither impoverished nor prosperous but simple. But for Mathilde, simple living is not enough and she desires to have a wealthy lifestyle like her friend Jean Forestier.
Okay, class, now what do you think is the rising action of the story? Good job! The rising action begins when Madame Loisel gives his wife Mathilde an invitation to a party. Mathilde refuses it immediately because she has no dress and no jewels to wear. He bought her a dress. In addition, she went to his house to borrow a necklace to look good for the party. And now for the climax of the story. What is the most exciting part of the story? Now, for the climax of the story, what is the most exciting part of the story? Good job! The climax of the story is when Mathilde realizes that she lost the borrowed necklace after the party. It is the start of the worrying of the couple as they are accountable for the lost necklace. Let's now jump to the fourth part of the plot, which is the falling action. What do you think is the falling action of the story? Thank you for answering. That's correct. Mathilde and her husband are obliged to work hard and they need to borrow money to pay back their debts to replace the necklace of Jean Forestier. The last part of the plot, what do you think is the resolution of the story? Good job! That's right. The resolution of the story is when Jean confesses that the necklace Matilde borrowed was a fake, made of paste, worth no more than 500 francs.
Our generalization, we conducted 3 questions for you class to be answered. Are you ready? If that's so, let's get started. So for the first question, what have you learned from the short story? All right, excellent. The short story teach us to be contented in our life and always remember that greed can lead us to bad things. For the second question, what are the 6 elements of a short story? Excellent! The 6 parts or the 6 elements of a short story are the characters, settings, theme, conflict, path, and the last one is the plot. What are the 5 parts of the plot? Very good. Now that you really understand our short story, let's proceed for your assignment.
For your assignment, kindly cite the Philippine short story and identify its elements. Any format will do. It could be a Word document, infographic, PowerPoint presentation, and the like, as long as you submit and exert an effort.
Here are the rubrics for the creation of your assigned homework. Completeness of the elements, 40%, organization, 30%, grammar, 20%, creativity, 10%, with a total of 100%.
Do you have any question? I am Mom Vencel.
I hope you learned something from us. Again, I am Ma'am Jerlyn G. Bernardo.
I am Teacher Sammy.
Once again, I am Teacher Rhea.
I am your teacher, Jane Carano.
I am Teacher Pamela.